Reaper, we keep it rough, we keep it raw, we keep it real. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes. Make sure you share it with a friend, man. We need the Reaper family over there on the Kick app. If you want to see the Reaper live, we do a show every day from 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning until West Coast time. Check your local listings in your community. We will be doing one, this morning. The Reaper Keep It 1000. But you got to go over and download the Kick app. KICK app. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. It's free. Hit the follow button and you will get to be notified with the Reaper Lives. We over there on Kick now. We trying to get the Reaper family over there. But you have to punch in Jazzbo, a.k.a. the Reaper. Notice the spelling, a.k.a. the Reaper. And the Reaper will pop up. All our shows is over there. We got part of the Reaper family over there. We need to get all of y'all over there. It's free, right? The application is free. Create a profile and you will get the new Reaper shows. Hey, man, we doing it like we always do it. We not lying to you to make it look fly to you. We can even talk even more so over there because they don't have the restrictions of YouTube. The Reaper Keep It 1000. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you tell other people about the Reaper that's part of the family, man, that we over there on Kick now. We will be putting up videos here like we do here, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need all the subscriptions we can so we can go live here again. And the Reaper appreciates you all. Now, let's talk about this Nolan Wells situation, man. That's the black kid, who was, in my opinion, murdered by his white friends. The Reaper Keep It 1000, and they're covering the situation up, and they got Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton on there to try to calm down race relations. And hey, it's another railroad situation that I see. The Reaper Keep It 1000. For all you niggas that talk about this pro-black shit, I don't see in other communities where they're talking about, I'm so tired of this pro-white racist system where, somebody can go out and murder somebody black, or they can go out and beat somebody black up, and jump on them like the Carmelo Anthony situation and jump them and the kid defend himself, but he go to jail for 35 years. Or this stuff has been happening where this kid come up missing with his 3 white friends, right? And they saying he wanted to be left behind and they don't know what happened. The Reaper Keep It 1000. How many times are we going to keep letting our children go in these kind of situations, right? Trying to fit in and thinking they're safe for our children, because we want to not be black, right? And we want to seem like we're educated, but we got to be educated in the right way, man. The Reaper Keep It 1000, because racism is still out here, right? And black people are still getting discriminated against and killed and murdered, at a high rate. They still got sundown towns or whatever. But I don't see in different communities, right? This is what I'm saying, because there's different worlds and different communities. I don't see them saying that we so tired of this pro-white shit, right, where black people get a raw deal and this pro-white shit need to stop. Like black people say, this pro-black shit need to stop. I don't see pro-black shit. I don't see black people sticking together. I see a lot of black people hating on one another. The Reaper Keep It 1000. That's why they're splitting up your community, and this is why you got to go beg for a lick or act a certain way or be a certain way, around white folks, on the job, and entertainment and everything. This is why you got to sell yourself out, because you're not pro your community. You're separate from your community. You got one nigga thinking he better than the next. But I bet you white folks rally around these 3 kids that I feel, in my opinion, killed this young man. And I feel like there's a lot of retaliation for the Carmelo Anthony thing. The Reaper keep it 1,000, I mean, any nigga will do, when it comes to this. We got to understand this because Carmelo Anthony was accused of killing a white kid, when these kids jumped all on him for racism and was whooping his ass, But with white folks, you got a right to stand your ground or whatever. And this stuff has been happening. It was a sister that got with some work colleagues, right? And went on a pajama trip where they was drinking and shit like that. And she spent the night with them. And she was the only one that came up dead. And it was some work colleagues. If you remember back, Dennis Rodman paid for this black dude's funeral. He was drinking with some work colleagues that he knew at work for a long time, and they got drunk and put a chain around his neck and drug him and pulled his head off. Hey man, this sundown stuff, this racism stuff is still happening in America. But when we speak on our pain as black people, right? Some people is always saying, we the racist ones, and we're not the ones committing the act. We're the victims of the act. The Reaper keep it 1,000, But we're going to be talking about this over on the Kick channel this morning. So go download the Kick app, Kick app, right? Create a profile. It's free, right? And go and punch on the Reaper and hit the follow button, man, so you can get the new live shows when they come on, because we would love to hear from the public. And they got Al Sharpton, Al Perman, up there, Benjamin Crumb. And these black people that's his parents are calmed in the mud, because I've been saying, these people murdered my son. My son didn't come home. He wouldn't have stayed there by himself. He went with friends and they murdered him. But I believe it's connected to retaliation with the Carmelo Anthony verdict and everything, man. I believe this kid was set up, and they believe in an eye for an eye like that. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we have to understand, family, that's real out there, what's going on. We also going to be talking about the Shakur Stevenson, Shannon Sharpe debate. On a lighter note, on boxing, right? And Shakur Stevens says Shannon Sharpe don't know nothing about boxing, and it got heated when he called Shannon Sharpe ignorant, but he was just saying he was ignorant about boxing. He didn't know nothing about boxing, but Shannon Sharpe didn't know how to debate him. Shannon Sharpe gets all emotional into his feelings, and then he want to it's all, I want to beat the brakes off of somebody. I'll beat the brakes off of him. He want to beat the brakes off of somebody. I'll fold you up because you only 130 pounds and 5 feet, and I'll fold you up just like I do Hollywood and everything like that. Just like I do Jordan. I'll fold you up, and then, that's what I'll do. But Shakur Stevenson, what Shannon Sharpe should have told him is the reason that your fights are boring to me, right? It's not that you hit and don't be hit. You're not Floyd Mayweather, right? And Floyd, when he was your age, he was knocking people out. You don't knock people out at a high rate, right? And then you ain't fought the top fighters. You ain't fought the Tank Davises or Devin Haney's or Ryan Garcias. Why ain't he talking about fighting them? And he said he don't have to fight them because he's the A side, and that's why boxing is failing. Because the top fighters are not fighting each other. The Reaper keep it 1,000. They're trying to make money off of fighting these tomato cans, and it's taking a dip. Because the best fighters need to fight each other. The Lamont Roaches, the Ryan Garcias, the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haney's, the Tank Davises, they need to fight each other. And I just feel, in my personal opinion, right, and I've always felt this way, that Devin Haney, soon as he fights somebody, he fight a Lamont Roach or somebody like that, or a Tank Davis, he gonna get his dick knocked loose from his body, just like Ryan Garcia knocked his dick loose from his body. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Just like if Shakur Stevenson fight Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, right, Lamont Roach, and even possibly Devin Haney, because I feel him and Devin Haney is on the same level. He gonna get his dick knocked loose. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I mean, some of these Mexicans like Ramos knock these niggas dick loose. That's why they avoiding them. They avoiding them. And then they say, well, I beat this fighter or that fighter. You're not fighting the Tank Davises. You're not fighting, the top people in the sport of boxing. Let's see you. I want to see you fight Ryan Garcia. I want to see you fight Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. This just goes out to Shakur. Or even Devin Haney, because I feel Devin Haney will beat Shakur. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because he lighten the ass and just his style. I'm just saying. So for this kid to go around and he's a lightweight talking about he the best thing in boxing, I know he got to sell himself and believe in himself. But hey, man, the product ain't there. The mouth running is there, but the product ain't there. The product is weak. I want to see the product fit the mouth, like Deion Sanders, like Muhammad Ali. Even Floyd Mayweather's product didn't fit the mouth. When Tyson was talking about he was the baddest man on the planet, couldn't nobody last 5 rounds with him. The Ripper keep it 1,000, huh? And he was vicious. So I want to see the product match the wordplay, because all I hear is shit talking. But when I look in the ring, right, I don't see the product, match the shit talking. I want to see, like Terrence Crawford, his product matches his shit talking. The Raper keep it 1,000. And I know he's one of Shakur's mentors, but his product matches his shit talking. But we going to be talking about this more extensively, over on the Kick channel. Because we making legendary videos over there like we made over here. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, but go over to the Kick channel, right? Because that's where the lives is at, and that's where the Reaper really get down. Reaper, we keep it rough, we keep it raw, we keep it real. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you go over to Kick, download it. It's free, and hit the follow button to follow the Reaper so you'll get the lives. And we got the call-in number and everything over there. Hey, man, peace out. We hope to see you over there.